the truck, I'll
Watch
give you
is
one.
locked, right?
Is he like
Alright.
really busy or?
No.
How are you? On the whole thing? Why? No, everything I do is a conflict we should, yes.
Used to.
We'll just get a blank piece of paper.
Yeah, everything's kind of different now.
Look at this new lady inside.
I can bring the sign and sheet back if you guys want it. But I've been just,
If we want it. It's up to you.
I've just been, you know, making a note of
You
who's
can say
here.
who's here.
Isn't it going to vote on council, like the next council meeting, that anybody that's not attending the 3
Well, we'll stay down there another, half hour.
But you guys don't have that problem right now. None of you.
Oh, so,
problem, however, they're going to vote on something,
This baby started.
therefore it will make it.
Told me you were coming up with it.
Frank, what's going on, bud?
2 unexcused absences per year. They'll trust me.
I trusted my last 2 wives.
It's out there talking and I forgot about the time. It's starting late.
I guess.
It's terrible.
You're not allowed to ask questions.
We got a big crowd.
Come on. He's got the shirt and everything on.
You're looking good there, brother.
The only one here.
Came in as Lord. Island attire.
Look funny if you're coming from a restaurant or going to a restaurant.
Okay.
Hey, Mark, I see you got ties to somebody in here, right? A variance.
So he said.
I'm gonna disqualify you.
Okay.
What's this for?
I don't know. I don't know. I guess you'll.
It's that, the letter of agreement?
Oh, that's something new.
Oh, yeah, this is, they got an agreement between the building next door
Oh,
for parking, so this is kind of a whole moot thing, I think.
oh, okay.
But, well, listen,
Oh, it's just okay, we don't mind.
I mean, it's a new business in town, we need business.
Bye.
Okay, good evening. It is now 6:05, and we'd like to call the Board of Adjustment meeting to order. And if we'd all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Okay, at this time, we'll have the swearing-in process. Anybody wishing to speak at tonight's meeting, please raise your hand. Take the oath from the clerk.
Do you swear or affirm to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Thank you.
Okay, this time we'll have an open forum. Anybody wishing to speak on any items not on the agenda tonight? Nobody wishing to speak? The forum is now closed. Okay, I'd like to have approval of the minutes dated April 24th, 2024.
Make a motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Carried all, thank you. We have a reading of variance 2024-03.
Hello, Tatiana Childress, Planning and Redevelopment Director. So this is Variance VAR2403 for 390 Scarlet Boulevard. So this is a parking variance. The location of the subject property is displayed here on the map. The subject property is located at the southwest corner of Scarlet Boulevard and Mount Vernon Street, and is developed currently with a two-story building, which was last used as a warehouse for a restoration business. The property is located within our M1 district and limited manufacturing, and has a future land use designation of industrial limited. A change of use is proposed to convert this building into a gymnastics school. And here you see a proposed site plan and also a summary of the variance requests. So the proposed use requires 46 parking spaces, and the current site has only 18 spaces. The standard parking stalls dimensions in the city outside of the community redevelopment district are 10 feet by 20, and the proposed parking stalls dimensions are 9 by 18. The ADA parking stall by the City of Oldsmar Land Development Code requires a 15-foot wide stall, so this is a decrease from 15 to 12 for consistency with the Florida Building Code standards. Also, the minimum distance between landscape islands is requested to be from 80 feet to 150 feet as proposed. And the required side, the north setback to vehicular use area is 5 feet by code, and the 2.5 foot is proposed. So a variance is requested for these items to bring the site into compliance with the Land Development Code. This is a larger picture of the proposed site. So as you can see, it's a partially redesigned parking lot, which includes the functional layout. So it has a partially restriped parking lot, also has a redesigned front parking lot. It includes redesigned front parking lot to accommodate the drop-off area for students, and also includes the egress of the site is moved, which will provide a safer operation for those exiting the site. Just wanted to bring this slide because we have a lot of questions why in our land development code we have this ADA standard for accessible parking stall to be 15 feet. Well, it's just a local higher standard, which doesn't really provide any meaningful benefits to those with disabilities. So what's demonstrated here is a standard Florida Building Code and also DOT standard, where you have a 12-foot wide stall and a 5-foot drop-off, kind of like aisle. And that's standard for any commercial sites. In the City of Oldsmar Land Development Code, for some reason, we have 15 and 5, making it all 20. So the standards, again, 12 and 5, which is what's being proposed in here. And the variance request was reviewed against the 10 conditions outlined in section 3.17.3 of the Land Development Code. The first condition, the special circumstances or conditions apply to the structure or premises in question and are peculiar to such structure or premises, and do not generally apply to other structures or premises in the vicinity. So originally the site was developed with a 2-story warehouse featuring several commercial bay doors and delivery ramps to accommodate manufacturing needs, and the irregularly shaped parking lot was then reconfigured by prior owners to convert these delivery ramps into parking stalls without any city approval. Also, the front parking lot of this parking lot was developed without the approval from the city. So when initially developed, the required parking was 2 parking per 1,000 square foot of buildable space or gross building area. That's a typical requirement for the M1 uses, the limited manufacturing uses. The current use requires a higher parking space, and to address also the site existing nonconformities, the applicant submitted updated site plan. As I mentioned already, there's a partially redesigned parking lot demonstrating the functional layout by restriping some stalls, redesigning the front parking area for the drop-off, and includes the egress that you saw on the plan earlier. The second condition, the granting of the application is necessary for the preservation and enjoyment of the property rights and does not merely serve as a convenience for the applicant. So this requested parking and setback reductions will allow the applicant to restripe and redesign the parking lot, providing a functional layout without requiring a total site redevelopment. And approval of the variance will ensure the continued use of the property by established gymnastics school. The request is not the request of any action by the applicant beforehand, and the variance requested is the minimum variance that would make possible the reasonable use of land, building, or structure. So the setback reduction requested is for an existing setback, and the parking reduction allowed the maximum number of parking spaces, off-site parking spaces possible on site. And yet the applicant is providing a functional parking lot design for their business operation. The request is not based on the applicant's desire to secure a greater financial return, so this request is very minor and is specific to bringing the existing parking standards to the site compliance. Granting of the variance will not be detrimental or injurious to other property or improvement in the neighborhood in which the property is located. So granting of the variance will allow the property to be used as a gymnastics school in a manner which is consistent with the development pattern of the surrounding area, and the site will maintain its existing drainage pattern. The reconfigured egress will provide for a safer operation for those exiting the site, and additionally, the applicant will be required to supplement a parking agreement, which, since this was done, we actually already received this parking agreement, and I provided a copy of the parking agreement with the adjacent business, whose hours of operation are different than the ones of Apollo Gymnastics, so you have it for your record as well. In addition, a landscape plan will be required for the site, updated landscape plan consistent with the Land Development Code. And in summary, the application will allow the property to be used as a gymnastics school in a manner consistent with the development pattern of the surrounding area, meeting all of the 10 conditions for a variance. And based upon the application meeting LDC section 3.17.3, staff recommends approval to reduce the variance to reduce the number of required parking spaces from 46 to 18, the number of accessible parking spaces from 2 to 1, to allow regular parking stalls to be 9 by 18 feet instead of 10 by 20, to reduce the width of the ADA parking stall from 15 feet to 12 feet, to increase the minimum distance between landscape islands from 80 feet to 150 feet, and to reduce the required side setback to the vehicular use area from 5 feet to 2.5 feet in the M1 Limited Manufacturing District. We have our staff report that we're submitting into the record, and I have one additional comment. So during the last couple of days, we actually received an updated site plan. The site plan includes a parallel parking stall, which was originally 9 by 23. We do have an updated site plan, which is actually 10 by 23 and does not require an additional parking variance. So that is not part of the request. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay.
You're gonna need a glass of water after that.
Okay. Okay, this time, does the board have any questions to staff?
Yeah. Will that be a safety issue on the roadway as far as kids be involved going to the in and out of the building? Will that be a safety issue as far as parking, entering the traffic?
So they have a designated drop-off area as demonstrated on this, which is similar to a typical business. So they have a designated loading unloading zone where kids will be going. They will not be crossing the local roads. So it will be the front door of the business to the drop-off of the car.
Okay. Okay, because that is considered industrial for its business, right? That area.
Correct. The area is, however, it's a private parking lot, so any of the pickup will be on their designated parking lot in front of the building. And here's the
Okay.
building, just a visual here. So the drop-off will be, you'll see the front doors in here, and as demonstrated on the site. So they've updated actually this redesigned drop-off area just to accommodate their drop-off. And their main model is the drop-off, so that's why they're requesting that parking variance as well. So they've supplemented in the report, and maybe the owner will speak on that if they prefer later. So we have from 46 to 18 parking spaces, plus the agreement with the neighboring business to accommodate like off-site parking as well.
Okay.
Any other questions from board to staff?
I had one question. So I understand the variance request. Just wanted to clarify that the intended use is already underneath the allowable uses in this zoning district.
Correct. So our M1 limited manufacturing does permit similar uses. So gymnasium, gyms, and similar are permitted within the district. We already have one established one, which is Victory Gymnastics, I guess, in the M1.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay. Any other questions from board to staff? There being none, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Does the applicant wish to speak on this application? Please come to the podium, state your name, address for the record.
Hi, my name is Jessica Dubberly, and the address of the location is 390 Scarlet Boulevard. I live in Newport Richey. Do you need that address too? It's 6731 Arroyo Drive, Newport Richey. I just wanted to say thank you for this opportunity to present our application to the board. The question, Mr. Smith, about the safety of the drop-off, in addition to the loading zone, there will be an Apollo staff member there that brings the gymnasts in or out to the kids, to their parents. The biggest program in our gym is our after-school program, where we actually pick the kids up from school and then bring them to our location. So in that case, we actually only bring the kids to their parents at that loading zone.
Can I elaborate on?
Well, let her.
Yeah, I work with the Pinellas County Sheriff Department, I'm a school crossing guard, and the traffic is traffic.
Yes.
They don't adhere to the kids being out in the roadway and everything. Just for the safety, that's why I
Sure.
asked.
Okay. You
you.
continue if you like.
Just that I'm the fourth owner of Apollo School of Gymnastics. We've been around since 1975. We're actually the oldest gymnastics facility in the whole state of Florida. And the legacy that I wanted to bring as the owner was to find the permanent home of Apollo. I've been looking for the last 5 years, and it's really difficult to find something that is to the specs of the requirements for gymnastics equipment. So this is a wonderful opportunity that I hope we're able to continue.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Does anyone have any questions to the applicant? None? Thank you. Okay. Is anyone in the audience wishing to speak in favor of this request? Please state your name and address for the record.
Matt Clark, 501 Pine Avenue South, Oldsmar. Not speaking in favour nor against. However, I'm abstaining from voting tonight. That's all I've got to do, correct?
You need to say why. What your conflict is.
Personal.
You need to explain why. There's only certain things that are legal conflicts.
Yeah, legal conflicts.
No, there's certain
There you
things
go.
there's certain things that qualify as a legal conflict, like your personal pecuniary gain or loss is connected to.
I haven't got legal counsel to give you a correct answer on it. I'm sorry.
All right. We have okay, so if you are a board member, you are to vote unless you have a legal conflict. You can't abstain.
Manager of a business similar.
That might work.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Come on, this is a
That could
test
be
now.
that could be a pecuniary gain or loss to you, depending on the outcome of this.
So were you speaking in favor or objected?
You know,
Or neither?
Nothing.
Or you're withdrawing your,
I'm abstaining.
you're abstaining?
Yeah.
Thank you. Anybody else in the audience wishing to speak in favor of this request? There being none, thank you. Anybody in the audience wishing to speak in opposition to this request? There being none, the floor is now closed. Can I have a motion on this request? Excuse me. On this request, because they are 6 different variances, we're going to go one by one on it. We'll do a roll call at the end. So I'll read off, do you want me to read them off, or do you want to?
That would work.
Oh, well, thank you. The first request is to reduce the parking spot, parking spaces from 14 to 18. Have a motion?
From 46 to 80, from 46 to 18,
What did I say?
14.
Oh, my bad. Okay, to reduce the, I should have let you read it. Okay, to reduce the parking spaces from 46 to 18 spaces. Okay, may I have a motion?
Motion to approve or just a motion to vote on?
Motion to accept.
I make a motion to accept.
Okay.
Second.
Okay. Discussion? None? All in favor? Wait, by roll call?
Board Member Swager,
Yes.
Board Member Steffensmeyer.
Yes.
Board Member Smith,
Yes.
Board Member Chicolo,
Yes.
Chair Brill.
Yes. Carried all. Thank you. The second request is to reduce, excuse me, I need to drink water. To reduce the accessible spaces from, handicap parking spaces from 2 to 1. Can I have a motion?
A motion to approve?
I'll second the motion.
Discussion? There being none? Have a vote? Roll call?
Board Member Swager,
Yes.
Board Member Steffensmeyer,
Yes.
Board Member Smith,
Yes.
Board Member Chicolo,
Yes.
Chair Brill.
Yes. Carried all. Thank you. Item number 3 is to reduce the size of parking stalls from 10 to 20 to 9 by 18.
I make a motion to accept.
Okay?
Second.
Okay, discussion? None? Roll call, please.
Which variance is that?
That would be the
Is
third.
that under,
That's to reduce the size of the parking stalls from 10 by 20 to 9 by 18.
okay.
Okay. Roll call, please.
Board Member Swager,
Yes.
Board Member Steffensmeyer,
Yes.
Board Member Smith,
Yes.
Board Member Chicolo,
Yes.
Chair Brill.
Yes.
Yeah, 5-0.
Okay. Reduce the width of the ADA parking from 15 to 12 feet.
Make a motion.
Okay, second?
I'll second. Oh,
Okay, okay. Discussion? None? Roll call, please.
Board Member Swager,
Yes.
Board Member Steffensmeyer,
Yes.
Board Member Smith,
Yes.
Board Member Chicolo,
Sure, yes.
Chair Brill.
Yes?
Thank you, passes 5-0.
Okay. Number 5 would be to increase the minimum distance between landscape islands from 80 to 150 feet.
Make a motion to approve?
Second.
Discussion? Be none? Roll call, please.
Board Member Swager,
Yes.
Board Member Steffensmeyer,
Yes.
Board Member Smith,
Yes.
Board Member Chicolo,
Yes.
Chair Brill.
Yes?
Thank you, passes 5-0.
Okay. The last one would be to reduce required setback from 5 feet to 2.5 feet.
Motion to approve.
Second? And I can't second, I
I'll
just
second.
asked for one. Okay. Okay. Discussion? There being none? Roll call, please.
Board Member Swager,
Yes.
Board Member Steffensmeyer,
Yes.
Board Member Smith,
Yes.
Board Member Chicolo,
Yes.
Chair Brill.
Yes. Okay. Okay, that we have all the variance requests. With that, I believe the variance is approved. I thought you wanted to say something. Okay, thank you.
Pay the cashier on your way out.
Okay. I lost my notes. Okay. Okay, at this time, we have a reading of variance 24-04.
So this variance is for 407 Arlington Avenue, and this is a lot coverage variance. We're gonna try to do it slightly different since I lost my voice. So this property is located on Arlington Avenue, in the R2 zoning district. So our R2 residential single-family zoning district permits the lot coverage of 50%. So we have the application to install a pool in the lanai, which results in the lot coverage of up to 56.2%. And that triggers the variance application. Usually when we receive these variance applications, we check what's unique about the structure or what's unique about the land. So in this instance, if you look at this lot, you can notice that there is an extended driveway that leads to the garage that is side-loaded garage. And this results in a unique structure in such a way that the typical driveway is about 400 square feet. In this instance, this driveway is over 1,000 square feet. And redesigning this parking, this driveway and the garage is not practicable at this point. Therefore, the applicant, the owner, is requesting this variance. It's a minor variance. It's only from 50% to 56.2%. And what's unique about this lot? Well, this lot is an oversized lot. As you know, some of those lots on Arlington, they are like double lots. The lot is over 13,000 square feet, whereby the R2 residential zoning district, the 6-foot size is the minimum. 6,000 square feet lot is the minimum required. Even when this pool is installed, the applicant will still have about 6,000 square feet of green open space area left. So it's like almost an equivalent of a residential lot. So the request meets all of the 10 conditions of section 3.17.3. It's for preservation of the existing use, existing property, existing pool that's being replaced with a lanai, and staff recommends approval. Based upon the application meeting LDC section 3.17.3, staff recommends approval to increase the maximum lot coverage from 50 to 56.2%, to construct a pool and deck for a single-family residence in the R2 residential single-family district. The staff report with additional information is submitted into the record, and if you have any questions.
Thank you.
Thank you.
The board have any questions to staff? There be none? Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. Does the applicant wish to speak on this application? Please state your name for the record.
Tom Martin, 407 Arlington Avenue East, Oldsmar. Hopefully this is a pretty simple request. I don't really have anything additional to add.
Okay.
Thank you.
Does anybody have any questions for the applicant? Thank you. Does anybody in the audience wishing to speak in favor of this request? There be none? Does anybody in the audience wish to speak in opposition to the request? There being none? The floor is now closed. May I have a motion on this request?
Make a motion to go ahead and accept.
Second.
Is there a second? Somebody second it? You did? Oh, good. I didn't hear you, sir. Okay. Discussion on this request? There being none? Roll call vote for this?
Board Member Swager,
Yes.
Board Member Steffensmeyer,
Yes.
Board Member Smith,
Yes.
Board Member Chicolo,
Yes.
Board Member Brill.
Yes.
Thank you.
Okay. Variance request 2024-04 seems approved. All. Thank you. Okay. There being, thought you had a statement. I'm sorry. There being no further business, I call for adjournment of tonight's meeting.
Motion to adjourn?
Second.
All in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Carried all. Thank you very much. It was great.
Did we approve the minutes from the last meeting?
I think I did that.
Remember, did we approve all the minutes from the last meeting? That's what I thought.
Yeah, we did. I checked it off.
Okay.
Yeah. No, it's cool. Okay. Yeah, that's why, see all these little checks and X's?
I think I was
Oh.
reading, so I really
I
missed
think,
it.
I thought you was trying to draw something.
Come on, partner. Okay, work with me. Work with me. Huh?
Oh, you did?
What he said, raise your hand.
I'll put you in as present anyway, and then.
Yeah.